The recent sudden and shocking passing of Miss Jacky Oh, Jacqueline Smith, the partner of celebrity comedian DC Young Fly, has caused social media to take a deeper look into her life and specifically their relationship, especially since she leaves behind 3 young children. Miss Jacky Oh achieved so much in her short life. She was an entrepreneur, a social media influencer, a realtor, and a Wild 'N Out girl, which is where she met her longtime partner, DC Young Fly, a star on the show. Miss Jacky Oh has over 1 million followers on YouTube and Instagram combined. She was a very popular influencer with paid sponsorships and a huge following. On her social media, she shared her family with her subscribers. She was a mother of 3 and gave birth to her youngest child just a year ago. She shared her beautiful home, her life, her children with her followers on Instagram and YouTube, and she also posted her relationship with DC Young Fly. Miss Jacky Oh was gorgeous, and like the image of perfection she wanted to project, she posted family events of her and DC, which showed a loving family of 3 with beautiful children. Most people are trying to figure out why a woman that most would consider gorgeous would risk her life trying to alter her body when she appeared to be beautiful and had 3 young children and had recently given birth. Was it just vanity from the pressures of being a social media influencer? Was it abandonment issues because her mother allegedly gave her up as a toddler and wasn't in her life? Or was it her relationship with DC Young Fly that made her feel inadequate and less than? While the room is divided on what caused her to feel the need to get plastic surgery, many people feel it was her relationship with DC Young Fly. Let's take a look at the relationship and some of the red flags and why some people feel that it was their relationship that led her to feel insecure and inadequate. One of the first things that people highlighted was DC Young Fly's first post about her death. Many people noted that he didn't seem to express a romantic connection with her, but focused on her being a great mother and didn't seem to focus on losing her as a lover, a wife, or a partner. Many felt his response was distant, but personally, I felt he was still in shock when he made that post. And I just felt like it takes time for these tragedies to be real. Like, I felt that he was still in shock. It's like he's going through the motions, but it's probably still surreal at the time that he made the post. I do admit that when I first read it, I felt like he didn't sound like he had lost the love of his life, but I dismissed my personal feelings like it's still too soon, it's still too new for him to really be able to even fathom what happened. So I didn't read much into it. But more and more people were expressing the sentiments that I tried to ignore. And then a few days after her death, there was a viral video on Mr. Viral, aka The Villain, in which a panel discussed her passing and whether or not it was the result of her relationship with DC Young Fly. Now, Brandon, aka Uncle Ruckus, had some very strong opinions, and I'm just gonna post a little bit of the clip here. Basically, he said they have 3 children together, and yet DC Young Fly did not make her a wife. While I agree with many of his comments, I think his delivery was harsh and just delivered at the wrong time. But he made some very valid points. So you guys go check out the entire video. Here's just a clip.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'ma just say it like what it is. The nigga don't give a shit about them kids. What? He out here, bruh.
This is different. What the?
The nigga didn't marry their mama.
This is different.
Listen,
hold on,
bruh. The nigga didn't marry their mama. Stuck 3 babies in her, never married her.
I think he's engaged.
Hold on. They never said that she was his fiance.
They
were like his partner.
They did.
When I watched the news, it went from partner to fiance. Niggas said a lot of shit when somebody dead. It was partner
They
first.
also wrongly reported.
Let me finish.
Hold on, let him get
I
his
didn't
point
say
on.
one word.
Let him get his point on.
She was his partner. She wasn't his fiance. The nigga's lying. That's for publicity reasons. PR. You put 3 babies in her and you ain't married her yet. You don't give a shit about her and you don't care about them kids.
I do not.
What, man? Wait. Look, I didn't say that. We gotta talk. Listen, bro. There's no reason why he should have let that girl do that. Because she's trying to do that shit probably because he out smashing other chicks and she like, damn, I gotta be able to compete with these chicks. Like, We talk about everything but except what it really is. She trying to keep up with that nigga. She trying to make sure she still looks attractive so he look at her like something. And she's going and getting under the knife for that stuff. And people don't believe that. But when you was bad like how she bad, and then you having babies and shit and your body start taking hits and your man out on the road smashing groupies and you know it because you know they know it. They know it.
You gotta know, yeah.
You now are like, what about me? What do I gotta do to get him to look at me like he once did?
I do agree with his point that she may have been feeling insecure due to trying to compete with the women DC Young Fly may have allegedly been cheating with while he was on the road or however he encountered these women while, you know, she was at home taking care of 3 children. And if you watch her videos and if you watched him on videos, you do know that it appears that he was always away and she was primarily the one at home raising those kids alone. Not to say that he wasn't in their lives, not to say that he wasn't there, but he was pretty much working a lot, you know, but her work kept her in the house with the children. So some of the debate was if he really loved her, why didn't he wife her? I was on the fence about the marriage component because not all women want to be married. It's reported that she was financially independent, so marriage may not have been the brass ring for her. But after 3 children and just based on the videos that I saw, the way he treated her and the way she seemed to really be such a sweet soul and loving him, my opinion kind of changed. I feel that if he really wanted to make her a wife, that she would have married him. That's just my opinion. I don't know that to be a fact. If you look at her Instagram and YouTube channel, she posted beautiful family events, parties, Disneyland trips. The optics were dreamy, like a happy 2-parent family. You don't have to be married to be a happy family, but if you look deeper at her videos, we see them, DC Young Fly and her together, but if you notice in the last couple of years, he doesn't appear to be very affectionate to her. He's at the family functions, they're there together to show a united front for the kids, but he doesn't seem to be romantically connected or engaged with her. He's there for the major family events. They pose together, take beautiful photos. The optics are great. You know what it's like for a man to fall all over you and treat you like you're the love of his life. I mean, for ladies, those of you who have had a man that just, you know, thought you were the best thing, you know he's always over you, touching. I mean, it didn't come across in their videos. I'm sorry. If you look at her page and you look at multiple videos, you see them as a family, but he just did not appear to be that engaged. Now, some men that's just not their nature. They're just not the romantic and touchy-feely kind. But on the flip side of that, he also made some demeaning and, you know, remarks that were very disrespectful. So with him not being very romantic and then talking down to her, it kind of leads me to believe that he just wasn't that into the relationship. He's a comedian, but there are too many videos that are showing him disrespecting her and possibly making her feel bad about herself. No matter what a person's occupation, there's no excuse or no reason to berate your partner. So after her passing, there are videos that resurfaced of him making fun of her body. And we all know the truth is wrapped in comedy. Of course, there were videos with him in the background, you know, just making little comments, off-color comments, but I'm sure they still hurt. While it may have been part of his comedic persona, those blows about her body clearly hit and had an impact. If you watch the videos, everyone interprets them differently. Like, I might watch the video and think, oh, that's horrible. What he said is awful. Somebody else may watch it and go, no big deal. Some people see it as harmless jokes, while others feels it was total disrespect. Considering the fact that Miss Jacky Oh lost her life trying to improve her looks, we can surmise that the constant jabs took their toll. If you're in an industry that constantly makes you question your appearance, your youthfulness, how pretty you are, and your partner is making jokes about it publicly, where are you getting that affirmation? Where are you getting your validation? It should be from yourself. However, we know that we rely on people, our family and friends, to validate us. And so if her partner wasn't supporting her in that way, I can see how it took its toll. And during my research, I did see some sites where they talked about rumors of DC Young's previous cheating. I saw something that somebody posted saying that it was well known around the set of Wild 'N Out that, you know, when he went on the road, that he did have other relationships and she tolerated it and took him back time after time. I don't know if this is fact these are rumors, but that's some of the information that's floating out on the internet. There are also reports and rumors that he allegedly possibly has a fourth child that's not with her. And this child may have been born during their, the time that they've been dating, because I believe they've been dating since around 2015. So, that's quite some time. Still, for me, all of these are allegations and conjecture. We don't know that any of this stuff is true. But after seeing some of the old videos where I felt like he was kind of talking down to her and being a little disrespectful, my opinion of their relationship did start to shift a little bit. I was like, this is not the perfect, fairy tale romance that I think she wanted to project. I think Jacky Oh really was a great mom and she was very family oriented, and it may have been because of, the situation with her mother. And I think she really tried to project this image, but I don't feel, based on what I'm seeing, my interpretation of the information and the data that I see online, it doesn't seem like he was aligned with that. So as I was reading and coming across different sites and information about their relationship, there's a lot of stuff online. If you find, you'll find these little blind items and different posts where people post things, and again, it's online, so you can't validate the information. But somebody referenced a video that he did, and it's called Poor Minds, episode 221. So people are questioning whether or not they were married. So it sounds like no, they weren't married. Were they engaged? If you look at her videos, you don't see an engagement ring on her finger. I haven't heard that there was an engagement party or an announcement, so I haven't been able to confirm that they were engaged. So as far as I know, they were co-parents. They had children together and may have had a relationship. Now, when I watched this video, Poor Minds episode 221, this solidified it for me that I believe in the last couple of years of their relationship, they were not a monogamous official one-on-one couple. There was a post, and this person said there's a video of DC Young Fly saying that he was into polygamy and wanted to have 10 children. I'm like, yeah, I need to see this for myself. So did some searching and found the video. So I did watch the video, and it left me feeling like in the last few years, although she had another baby by DC Young Fly, they didn't appear to be a couple. If they were, his comments during this podcast were suspect. He responded that he was into polygamy. He confirmed that he was going to have more children with different women, and he didn't like them calling or referencing her as his baby mama. She called it the queen. He referred to her as the queen of his children. So that, again, does not say that's my girl, my woman, my fiance, my wife. It's the mother of the queen mother, or whatever he says, some BS in my opinion, of his children. So that doesn't sound like there was a connection on his part, like they were like a legitimate couple. So after watching this video, I believe at the time of her death, she was not the sole woman he was dating. I get the feeling they had children together, but they weren't necessarily a traditional couple. I would be surprised if he doesn't have another child by another woman, which just hasn't been publicized yet. Again, as I was reading the various sites, apparently there have been different posts or different people releasing information. I guess the rumor started about a year ago that he actually does have another baby. That has not been confirmed yet, so it's just still an allegation, but I wouldn't be surprised. They also mentioned during this podcast that he, believed in some of the same principles as Nick Cannon. Like, you can populate and have children with more than one woman and sustain more than one household. So, with all of this information and with these new videos surfacing, I'm thinking that, they had children together, and this whole, PR campaign that they were a couple and his longtime partner, I'm not buying it. I think that, they weren't necessarily together. They made public appearances for PR purposes and for the sake of the children, and that was about what it was. And only time will tell, but I just don't think they were together. And I do believe that DC Young Fly probably has another woman, as people are alleging, and possibly multiple women. Anyway, watch the videos. You jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts. At the end of the day, we are praying for those 3 children We are still praying for DC Young. I don't care what their relationship is. I'm sure it's still a loss. And we're just praying to give their family strength during these tough times. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Are you into polygamy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woman,
So you're gonna have more than one baby mama?
I would want to say queen of my children. I don't like to use.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you're gonna have one more than queen
Queens, yes.
of your. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.